boys and girls.
Are you ready?
Talking junk in the break room. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Talking Junk.
We are live
In the break room.
Welcome to the break room on this lovely Saturday night. I'm joined today with China, and Talon will be joining us in a little bit. But hello. Special guest for you guys tonight. Special treat. Miss Wendi Friesen. How you doing tonight?
I am doing excellent. I am just ready to have some fun with you. I'm excited.
Well, hopefully at our expense.
I'm fine with me.
Well, you were on my other show, Talking Junk, and I was able to pick your brain a little bit, but a lot of people are late to the show, so why don't you tell the junkers who are watching right now a little bit about yourself?
Well, I became a hypnotherapist 27 years ago when it was a business of funny old men, and I'm not kidding. I went to a conference for hypnotherapy, and it was a bunch of fat, short, old men who were like these watch swinging guys. So I'm really glad the profession has changed a lot. But I very early on, since I was really broke and I needed to make some money, I started doing a lot of hypnosis stuff for sexual issues, and that got a lot of attention. I was very fortunate to find a nice niche. Yes, Chapter 19 is.
Now, for you guys who haven't gotten with the program and went to Spotify or iHeartRadio or wherever you listen to your podcasts and listened to our episode with Wendi, titled Chapter 19 is what? She did who? So Wendi wrote a book, and Chapter 19 was all about women being hypnotized to enjoy giving oral sex to their companions.
Yes, it wasn't my intention to do that, but I wrote a little bit about it because another hypnotist who does sexual stuff had written about how you could make a woman love giving head. And so I thought, well, I'll write a chapter about it. I had never actually done that. Or, not I've done that, but I hadn't done it with hypnosis. So anyway, I was on a radio station. I was in the studio on a talk show, and the guy's looking through the book, and he says, Chapter 19, you can really do that? And I'm like, oh, of course. Yeah, sure. But I hadn't done it.
But you did.
And I did. They had two women call in who hated giving head, and both of them came into my office at different times. I did sessions with them, and I couldn't hardly believe it. It worked. And one of them was mad. She came in the next week. She says, I'm really mad at you. She says, I was having a fight with my husband, and I still had to give him a blowjob. She says, I couldn't resist, and I was so mad at him.
He's walking around the house making her mad for everything.
He says, yeah, bitch. Get out of here. Yeah.
Oh, you're mad, huh? Let me just undo my belt.
Yeah. It was pretty interesting. And both of these women, they were not like sexually adventurous types of women. They were your very run-of-the-mill, nice, easy, calm relationship stuff. But they discovered, like the other woman, she discovered that when she was doing that for her husband, it actually caused her to get off. No touching, no nothing. How about that? Anyway, that's Chapter 19.
So for all these gentlemen here that are listening, how can they call you so their woman can do Chapter 19?
Well, I have it actually recorded on an online program, and it is this women's program to increase the passion they feel when they think about doing that and giving that pleasure to him. And the more they think about giving pleasure to him, the more it creates that feeling in them. And even obviously in at least one case, it created the full on, orgasmic experience. So it's about getting a woman to love the sensuality and the power she has to give pleasure and to really connect and make it a relationship where, you know, she's not doing it because she has to, but because she just digs him so much. So I think that's a good
And these
reason.
are all, and these are all online courses, right?
What? Say it again.
And these are all online audio courses?
Yeah, they're online. Yeah, it's called Sensual Woman, and that's the one that it has many different sessions, but there is one specifically for that. Yeah, so that happened.
Well, while we're waiting on everybody to decide what they want to ask you, do you have any interesting stories that you'd like to share with us?
Oh, there's so many. You know, there's such a big range of what hypnosis can do. And a lot of people think that it's just, you know, for stopping smoking or losing weight or something. But it's almost anything that you have issues with.
China.
And it doesn't have to be sexual issues. Yeah. What are you battling with, China? What kind of issues in your life?
Weight loss.
Just pour it out. Yeah.
Weight loss. Yeah. No, I was like, I wonder if she can help me lose weight.
Yeah.
He was like, no, we're not asking her that. You're fine. I was like,
well, just so the listeners understand how powerful it is, it's like you don't have to go do, you know, 10 or 20 sessions. You just have to have a really good hypnotherapist. So this session that I do for a lot of my weight clients is just to make their brain not want junk food or unhealthy food and to instantly change the craving to something healthy, something good for you. So I did this session on several women, and one of them, when she got home, she had to call me up because she said, Wendi, I just got my box of chocolates down from the shelf where I hide them from myself, and I can't eat them. I have them there. I opened the box, and I can't eat them. What's wrong with me?
well, I need some of that.
That's what's supposed to
Some
happen.
of that good stuff.
Yeah,
Hypnotism or not, I'm eating those cookies.
I can make you stop. But the other woman said, this is weird. I'm cutting up vegetables for my kids, and I don't eat vegetables, and neither do my kids. But I stopped at the store, got vegetables, and I'm cutting them up for a snack because I want to eat vegetables. What's wrong with me?
There's nothing wrong with her. She's been hypnotized by the best.
That's what happened. Yeah. So with weight issues, I can make you love to exercise and make you really want, like, love it, not dread it, not do it because you have to. But it's like, oh, I got to go out there and, you know, just work my body because it feels good.
See, I need help with that because my wife loves exercising. Like, she would live in the gym if I allowed her to. And I just...
Well,
so what are the chances we can make China quack like a duck?
Oh,
don't push it.
We're probably good by just asking her, because what's the downside to that? But we can, we
What's
can do
the
some
fun in that.
Right.
I know.
What's the fun in making me quack like a duck?
Oh, no. What's the fun in asking you and having you do it out of free will?
Right. We want to do something that a person normally doesn't think they can do. Like if someone's going to quit smoking and they just like, oh, that's weird. I just don't want to smoke. It's not in my life anymore. And it's just not a thing. So that's what we want to do, is make it not a struggle. So for weight loss, that you just find that you're full after taking a few bites of food. You really like eating those foods that are really lean and healthy, and that exercise, you couldn't go a day without exercising and getting those endorphins going. But we do that by setting the triggers in your brain.
That's what I need, some of the exercise endorphins. Because salads, I love me some salads. I love vegetables.
You just recently moved to Hawaii, probably about maybe like 8 months ago or so?
It's been about 4 months now. Yeah,
4 months? Okay.
I'm on the Big Island, and I knew that things were getting a little bit worse with the COVID thing on the mainland, and Colorado was getting ready to be locked down again. And I sold all my stuff, which is an amazing thing to have to do. Oh, that's painful. But I did, and came here, and I'm so glad I did. In the last, I think, 2 weeks, we have only had one new case of COVID on the Big Island, one, and no deaths in the last 2 weeks. And I think there's only one hospitalization. That's on a huge island. The other islands aren't doing as well, but we are. So I'm in a good place, and I made a good decision.
Good. I'm glad you're in a good place and you love the decision you made. Now, are
Can
you
you tell me?
still taking classes nowadays? Are you doing more classes on the island?
Yeah, I'm doing them online with most of my clients, and I work with some people by phone. I'm not doing any in-person classes. I suppose I could start doing that because things are relaxing a little bit around here. Yeah, but it's
What
fun
about the
doing classes. I love having a room full of people that we're working with because then after our hypnosis parts of the sessions, they're like so excited and they say, "Oh my God, this happened to me and this happened to me." It's very fun.
Now, it still must be weird for you to tell people that you hypnotize people for a living. How does that come over?
Well, because they always say the old stuff like, "Oh no, you can't hypnotize me," or "Yeah, you're going to make me bark like a dog," and just say these silly things because that's what they associate with hypnosis. In my profession now, there are a lot of people that are young and smart and innovative. So we have these groups, of course, on Facebook and stuff where we are innovating together. Everybody shares information and they say, "Hey, well, I did this with the person who had this particular phobia and it worked really well," or I worked with this person who had brain cancer and we actually got the tumors to shrink even when the doctors
Wow.
said they couldn't, but we worked together finding out, well, here's how you word it if you're going to be working on getting the brain to attack the tumors and shrink them. I had one woman who this wasn't in person, but she listened to a recording of mine that it has this healing light that goes down through your body, and it is to remove any harmful cells, any viruses or bacteria or anything in your body that shouldn't be there that was harmful. And she said, after the session, my belly started feeling really weird and hurting. And I went and lied down in the bathtub and took a bath. And she says, I passed a tumor from my uterus. She,
What?
yeah, she knew she had it, but she was going to have surgery to remove it.
She gave birth to a tumor in the tub?
Yeah.
That's
Isn't that
amazing.
amazing, though, that we can do
Wow.
that to ourselves? Yeah.
Now, I'm glad you brought up medical anomalies in hypnosis. Would you please share the story that you shared on Talking Junk about the woman that was bedridden and her muscles were so stiff and you got her to do some amazing things?
Yeah. This is the thing that we can defy the medical decisions that are made on what's possible and what's not. And the doctors had given up on her, and she had been unresponsive for 2 years, a little more than 2 years. She was at home in a hospital bed, and her two adult daughters took care of her. And then she couldn't move anything. I mean, she could blink her eyes, and that was it. And everything was just all clenched and tight. So I sat down next to her and told her a story. And I talked about her walking along this creek and this really cool water. She could feel it in her toes because I was trying to get her brain to reconnect with her body. And then I would talk about her fingers being soft and being able to be moved easily like they were Play-Doh. And I talked about these two little girls that she made little flower daisy chain things because I wanted her brain to just have these movements and sensations. So then the next Monday when I came in there, when I walked in the room, Martha had her eyebrows raised. Nothing had moved in over 2 years. Her eyebrows raised. The next week, she smiled when I walked in. And then her fingers were soft. They weren't all tight. And I touched her finger and I said, lift this finger for yes. And she'd raise it. And I said, lift this finger for no. And she'd raise that one. So now she could communicate with her daughters. And then we got her to the point where her body was flexible. Her legs and arms could move. She couldn't stand up or anything, but they could put her in a wheelchair and take her outside and take her places. When this just was like maybe 4 or 5 sessions I did with her. So
it was already a better life than what she was living before those sessions.
Yeah, way better. And the doctors, they just gave up. They said, well, she hasn't had a stroke. There's nothing wrong with her brain. And then this thing in the ER, she had an infection in her whole body. This was many months after I had worked with her. They put a breathing tube in, and her daughter called and said, they're going to take the breathing tube out today. And they said she'll die because she will not be able to remember how to breathe on her own. And they said that's what happens most every time. So I went to the ER, sat next to her, and in her ear, I said, you know how to breathe, Martha. You've always known how to breathe. It's the most natural thing for you to do. And when you were a baby, the first thing you did when you were born was to breathe. And you know how to do that. And when they take the tube out, you are going to breathe this huge breath and continue to breathe. And so the guy walks in, who's either an intern or a nurse. He walks in and he hears what I'm doing. And he says loudly to her, says, she's going to die. She's not going to be able to breathe. She's going to die.
Bastard. A fucking asshole. And till this day, I stand with what I said the first time we had the one-on-one interview. Hey, Talon, I'm sorry you had to walk in on this, but that intern, that nurse, whoever he was, I hope he does a big chapter 19 and sucks a big cock.
Well, then.
He's doing a chapter 19. So anyway, and he said that, and I said, he's an idiot. He doesn't know what he's saying. He doesn't know that we can make you breathe, and you're going to breathe. And I had to undo what he said. Doctors and people of authority, when they say those things, our subconscious mind believes it because they're authorities. Yeah, and she would have probably
a lot of the
died.
time what you believe, a lot of times what you perceive you can bring to light.
Yeah, so she breathed. Then when they took the tube out, she breathed and she kept breathing, and she lived like another year or so. And she was fine, and they couldn't believe that she could breathe. But that's what hypnotherapists do. It's just, we do miracle stuff all the time. We blow our own minds.
Yeah, like hypnotizing Talon and making him do the silhouette challenge.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Silhouette challenge. What is that?
China, would you mind pulling it up?
It's negligible.
Show Wendy what it is.
Yeah,
it's a new thing on TikTok where it's almost like the Bust It challenge, if you've heard of that, which we were trying to get him to do too. But basically, they do something in the beginning in the bathroom with the mirror, and then they cut off the lights, and it's a red light, almost like the red light district, and they're posing like in the windows of the old peekaboo lounges. It's pretty fun. Yeah, we want Talon to do it. The viewers will love it.
The strength of the will that I have, but it's fine.
Well, good to meet you here, Colin.
Hi, yeah, sorry I'm late here. I've been having technical difficulties with StreamYard lately. Every time I go on, my internet just starts dipping out on my phone and then on my laptop.
Don't worry, brother. We weren't without our technical difficulties before we started too.
Yeah, well, we finished talking about blowjobs, so sorry about that.
So that started with the great topics. So
you should have been here for that one because I didn't need to be. You should have been.
Yeah, for a chapter 19, you should have been here.
Yeah, the chapter 19, it's for the ladies as well. It apparently works out. So.
All right, I'm going to bring up the silhouette challenge. Hold on.
Oh, but you know what?
Slice Jesus was good, brother.
What I forgot to tell you was, so on the next day, on the radio show, on the talk radio show, the guy who is the husband of the woman who really loved giving him head now, who hated it before, he called in and he said, okay, Jack and Joe, I just want to tell you guys that I'm thanking you so much for this, that there are 2 brand new red Corvettes in the parking lot. Keys are in them. It's just my way of saying thank you.
Nice.
But there weren't any
That's how
Corvettes.
good her hypnosis
making an
can
impact. Goodness gracious.
She made an impact with those vocal cords on his microphone.
I can't.
Yeah. Singing duets.
Let's see. Hold on.
This, my dear, would be the silhouette challenge.
Oh.
Honestly, like the best thing about this whole challenge is that beat. It's fire.
It is.
Yes, it is. So this is what we want you to make Talon do for us.
Okay. Talon.
Yeah,
can we have him put on negligee or it's a bra and panties while he's doing
I say
it,
yes
or?
to all of it.
Of course they do.
You just have to make sure you flip your hair back like that too, Talon. I need to see the hair work.
No, since there's no hair work, you got to rub the baby oil on your scalp.
Oh, yeah. Just
lotion that'll make it shiny, but
get it all lubed up,
In
all
fact-
nice and supple, like a lady.
In fact,
I got lotion.
When he's rubbing that oil on his head, he knows that he gets that feeling of being such a sexy woman that he feels like he's actually got breasts. And he feels all that sensuality. The more he rubs his head, the more he's like, I am into this. Well, that's where we're going to go with you.
And then at the end of the night, you might even do a chapter 19.
I'm definitely. Right now, I had shaved it the other day, so it's like just fresh hair. So it's that nice little like soft scruff. So I am touching my head quite a bit. It's quite nice.
I love that feeling more than almost anything. That feeling of a man's bald head. To me, it is so fucking sexy. Oh my God. Cool. So I'm right there with you. Oh.
Hey, Talon.
What? What's good?
Home Slice Jesus thinks you kind of cute.
Hey, what's up, Home Slice Jesus? You know, thank you.
Home Puppy Slushes. She's into bald men.
Hey, thank you.
Look, he could rub the lotion on there for you. They wish they could feel it, and they wouldn't even have to be hypnotized to do chapter 19.
Oh man, it's not. I should have freshly shaved it. You can see some of the hair there. Next time, I'll make sure it's fresh, and I'll put some of this pro lotion I got on there. Smooth.
Slap it for him, Talon.
God, I swear I'm getting a little hot. I didn't expect that. So the other thing that I did that was it was in the book, but I hadn't actually done it. It was to make a woman have an orgasm by touching the back of her hand. So the head thing reminded me of it, but we did this process on camera on a TV show where I'm touching the back of her hand and making circles on the back of her hand and talking about how aroused she's getting and how good that feels. And this goes right to that place of pleasure and all that. And I didn't expect this to work because honestly, I had never done this on a woman before. But
you've done it to a man then.
Huh?
But you've done it to a man then if you're saying you've never done it to a woman.
No, no, not that either. But just on the back of the hand, I could. But doing that to have a like touchless, we got touchless everything. You got to pick up your food and pay touchless. Well, now we have touchless orgasms, sort of. But anyway, it worked. Okay. She had several, and she was straight up telling the truth, and it was spectacular. And then she went to work for me in my customer service department. So when I would walk in that room, I'd walk by her and I'd say, "Hey, Jill, what's up? How you doing?" And she just, "Stop that!" No.
So you did to her what men can't do to their wives with just a rub of the back of their hand. Wow.
Have you guys ever seen the movie 40 Days and 40 Nights?
Oh yeah, I love that movie.
So the premise is there's a guy he's essentially a man whore. He just goes around, he has lots of sex and everything like that. He works for a company, and there's a bet that goes on that he can't abstain from sex for 30 days for
Lent, wasn't it?
Yes, for Lent. That he can't, so it's not 30 days. I think it's like 40 days or so. But
40 days.
He can do it for Lent, and so the whole office is betting on him and whether or not they can do it, trying to set him up and everything. And he meets a girl during the process, and he doesn't want to tell her what he's doing, so he's trying to avoid everything like that. And they get to a point where, rather than having sex, they have a very intimate moment where like she's laying down and like he has a feather and he's using the feather to like entice her body and like blow onto her and like do different things to where it brings her to orgasm. And she starts just like telling all her friends about that. And he's just talking about like, "Oh my God, I can't do this anymore. Like I need to this is ridiculous." But that made me think of that because like he's like, "I don't know what I can do. I can at least do this." Right, like I can do something. Like you'll enjoy the idea, the anticipation.
Homeboy Doug said his girl has orgasms without him touching her because she's with his friend Steve. Well, that's an issue not sure Wendy can fix.
That's quite unfortunate. And
it might not be
that way.
Nowadays,
it might not be an issue.
Well, we can install new kinks. We can make people want a sexual act that they didn't normally like or have a new interest in some kind of sexual thing. There was a man that came to me because he actually first he asked me, "Do I know anyone like any prostitutes that would come and give him enemas because the enema is his kink. Like he likes getting enemas. And I was like, no.
It gets worse than that, so that's not that bad.
So let me get this straight. He likes having something inserted in his ass so he can take a shit.
Gerbils.
He finds pleasure from it. Yeah, but the gerbil's not going to make you take a shit.
That's the same thing. That's like the opposite.
Yeah, but it was actually full on an enema fetish. So when we were getting him to quit smoking, at one point I'd asked him to go back to a time where, whatever the feelings were that he had about something, but it was related to smoking. But he goes back to being 5 years old, and his aunt, it was like her fetish. She gave him enemas all the time while she laid him on her lap, face down on her lap, giving him enemas. And as a kid, because she was doing this, it was really sexual abuse. And she must have been getting off or something, but that's where he got this fetish from. And he wanted to stop because it was really ruining his life.
Well, I mean, if somebody was constantly inserting something in my ass, they'd be ruining my life too.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I think we all can.
Wendy, what about the guy that was prematurely ejaculating? That was an interesting story.
Oh, the hurry up guy.
What am I lying about?
Yeah, the hurry up
That is
guy.
a nightmare. Just because you, Sir Jesus, like enemas in your ass doesn't mean we all do.
So yeah, the premature ejaculation. I asked this guy to go back to, he was an adult, full-on adult, in his 30s, but I go back to the time where your brain learned that you had to do this quickly. And he starts describing that. He says, I'm 16 years old and my girlfriend and I just got home from high school and we only have a little time before her parents get home, but we have sex at her house. And she always says to me while we're having sex constantly, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
And that's all he knew how to do was hurry up.
Yep. And that was his problem. And we got rid of it just like that by saying that was something that happened then. And now your inner mind and your body knows that it can function the way it should and to be able to last as long as you want and just really relax into having some great sex. And that's what got rid of it, was him going back into that incident, finding the reason that his programming was to hurry up. Oh, it is amazing where we get all this shit in our lives. It's just nuts.
Oh, yes, it is.
Wendy, we have a question.
So we have a question from the audience, Miss Wendy.
When you hypnotize people, does it always work for the person? And how long does it take effect? Can you hypnotize anyone to do anything? That's a big question. Or is it based upon what they want? We like to tell people that we can't hypnotize you to do something against your will. However, we can, and we do all the time.
Like cracking it up.
Yeah, but there's no point in that. So, but there's things like a woman sent her husband to me, and he's in my office, and he's like very angry. He's just an asshole. And she says he goes and plays golf, and when he comes home, he's so mad. He just yells at me. He yells at everyone. When we're in the car and he's driving, he's mad. He doesn't think he has a problem. So he thinks his attitude is just fine. Everybody out there is just, they're just a bunch of assholes. So we did a session and talked about how it feels when he's really feeling good and everything kind of just rolls off him. And even when he puts his hands on the steering wheel in the car, he just feels this weird sensation of relaxing and it feels kind of good. And he looks at these other people and says, yeah, they're a bunch of boneheads, but it doesn't bother me. And so we did this with that and with the golf, so that he still had the right to be like thinking that he should be an angry guy. But for some reason, all these other people that are idiots, they're now making you feel more relaxed and they don't even affect you. They can't do anything to you. So that was kind of against his will, as he didn't want to come in for that. Smoking, a lot of people who want to quit smoking, look at you. Oh, baby. A lot of them don't want to quit smoking. They love smoking and they're there because I have to quit smoking. They're going to make me. But we do make them quit smoking all the time, even though they don't want to. It's quite fun. So yes, for the person who wrote
They
this
are
question,
loving Talon on Twitch right now. They are loving him.
all of the women who like bald-headed men are breathing very heavy.
40 cigarettes a
man.
day. All right.
Home
And you can still
puppies.
breathe when Talon makes you breathe hard?
Everyone out there, all the women, yeah, they're breathing.
So I think a couple of them are men too.
That's true. Yeah, why discriminate?
Hey, whatever works.
Yeah.
Whatever flogs your log.
Look, nobody should ever flog their log. Okay, that's that's just too much.
Flogging. Well, the person who was texting us or asking the question said he smokes 40 cigarettes a day.
No, that's someone different.
A lot of cigarettes.
Yeah, that's two different people. The one who asked about stopping to smoke and the one who said they smoke 40 cigarettes are two different people.
We can change the urge. And this is, again, it's kind of something that I would be doing against your will, but not really against your will, but sort of, because you want to keep smoking. But what if you were relaxed and your mind was open and you're just following my voice, and I talk about how every time you think about a cigarette, the feeling that it used to give you feels pretty bad, and you really don't like that feeling anymore. And all of a sudden you realize there's all this pleasure surging through your body. When you think about that cigarette, it just goes away and floats away. But now you start feeling this tingling in your body and all of this pleasure that makes you feel so good. So
Would you be willing to take a call from the audience to try to hypnotize somebody?
We could do that. We could.
Wait, I'm first.
No, you guys are last. What is happening? All right, so what I'm gonna do, right now is I'm gonna throw it out in the air for you junkers listening. If you want to be hypnotized right now by Wendi, go to the Talking Junk page and hit me up on Messenger, and I will send you a link that you can click and you can join us live right now and get hypnotized.
First one in.
First one in gets it.
Right now, you can be a part of the show if you get on that link.
Hurry.
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Oh,
if you think that only one of you is getting hypnotized, see what happens is that everybody pretty much.
It's going to affect everybody. Well, thank God we don't smoke, so.
Yeah. But we'll do something general so everybody listening can enjoy it. And I think we all need to increase our pleasure in life when we're feeling so isolated and so sick of everything that's going on with the COVID. So let's see if we can increase some pleasure and feel really connected with others. And I already have an idea of what I'm going to do to you all, like with your permission or without your permission.
Ooh.
As long as it has nothing to do with blowjobs, I'm good.
Yeah, probably not blowjobs. We don't want to confuse too many.
That's a bit far. You think I'm not going to do the silhouette challenge? You think I'm going to do that?
No, you are. Yeah, you are.
Yeah. There's a big difference in blowjobs and the silhouette challenge, Talon.
Yeah.
Is there really?
I don't know.
Okay, so I'll do the silhouette challenge.
I'm pretty sure,
you guys do the blowjobs.
I'm pretty sure there's going to be somebody that mixes the silhouette challenge with a blowjob.
You're going to be the guy. Okay.
And it's one of these people on this screen right here.
See? One of the people on the screen.
Don't make me add you, Jay.
Hypnotized Wolf to send him his snap.
I'm not up there like that. It's not even on my phone right now. Sorry, home service.
If you like and subscribe to the Talking Junk Network page on Facebook, I will gladly send you his Instagram information.
Based on the tier that
Rude, Jason. Rude.
Now, we do have a winner. Sunshine was the first one on there, so we'll see if she does click the link. If she doesn't click the link, we'll give the chance to somebody else. And if not, Talon, you're doing the silhouette challenge, brother.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right. So when everybody,
I'm sorry, Wendy.
Hey, welcome to the break room, Sunshine.
Hold on, real
Long
quick.
time viewer, first time caller.
Old Slice Jesus, send us a message on the page and we'll send you the link.
Can you hear me?
And which shirt? The Talking Junk shirt or the break room shirt? Because we got them both.
Talon.
Can we see that lovely shirt, Talon?
We have both, so just send us a message and let us know. He wants your shirt, Wolf. Again, for a price. For a price, I can make that happen.
That can be arranged.
I can make that happen. Send us a message. I got you. I'll even have him sign it.
Sorry, homeboy Doug. I am straight and married, brother.
I'm straight and unavailable.
You're not seeing these cities.
Not for free.
Okay.
No.
Hello, Sunshine.
Hello, Sunshine.
Okay.
Sorry to take you away. You are the way that we're going to talk about right now. How you doing tonight?
You are our
All
first
right.
live guest.
So this is what we're going to do. The three up top. Let's stop our cameras. And Wendy, Sunshine, you ladies have the floor.
Bye.
hey, Sunshine,
Yes.
how you doing?
I'm
Yes.
good.
So what's something that you would like to change about your life, or something simple or something difficult, or make a change?
Well, my two major concerns is smoking and weight loss, which
You
I'm
already
doing-
losing weight because I can see your
yeah,
neck.
I'm doing it on my own. So I'm really trying to stop smoking. That's my main thing. I try, but on my own, but it doesn't work for me.
Yeah, it's a little tough to do it on your own because the triggers in your brain are so massive to trigger the need for cigarettes. And there is a theory among us hypnotists that nicotine is not addictive. And that's really interesting, that it has nothing that they can find that actually addicts you to it. So it's the triggers, which is the psychological addiction, and those are the things we can undo. So tell me what you do like doing. What's something in your life that brings you pleasure?
Janaya.
Nothing really.
Yeah.
Nasty, right?
Well, how about if we find some things that bring you pleasure, and then we're going to substitute some of the urges for cigarettes with wanting to do
She likes
something that makes you
reading.
feel good.
She likes watching.
She loves her nephew.
shows. She
Okay.
loves her
That's
granddaughter.
true.
And her niece comes first. Ha.
Okay. All right.
Never. You crazy? I bet you should move to Florida before she moves to Long Island.
Okay. So if you guys want to mute your mics, that will help. And all of you can participate if you like. But first, I just want you to put your hands on your lap and take a deep breath. And just notice how you feel in your chair. Make yourself as comfortable as you can in your chair.
Okay.
And just let your body feel that you're really comfortable and you're supported, and your head will stay supported. And as I count from 5 down to 1, you're going to slowly let your body relax, and you're going to relax into that feeling of comfort in your body, and also relax into my voice. So with each number, just notice tension or tightness is going to be melting away. So 5, let your eyes close and notice your eyelids melting into your cheeks, feeling that heaviness in your cheeks and feeling that softness as your jaw relaxes and your neck relaxes. Take another deep breath and get ready to go a little deeper. 4, let that feeling of heaviness float down through your body, through your shoulders and your chest, down into your belly, and let your body really relax. And 3, go even deeper and focus on my voice. Any other sounds around you or sounds in this broadcast are simply going to start to relax you deeper and deeper. As you focus on my voice, 2, let your entire body feel that sense of floating and sinking down, floating all the way down and letting my voice reach deep inside of your mind. And 1, letting yourself go deeper, more relaxed. Let your subconscious mind now become open and ready to make a change. You know there is something that you've wanted help with, something you've wanted to do, And there are some things in your life that you do really like and that are really important to you. You want to be there for the people that you love. You really love these people that are part of your life, that you have in your life because they are so important to you. So just go to that feeling of where you feel that they're so important to you that you would do anything to keep them safe and make them happy. And notice where you feel that in your body, that place where you truly and sincerely want the very best for them. Notice that feeling and make it even bigger now. Make that feeling of that sincerity and that love even bigger. Good. Now make it even bigger. How much pleasure you get from the love that you give to them, to your loved ones. Good. Now, you will notice that while in the past you used to enjoy smoking cigarettes, but as your inner mind is listening and making these changes right now, that there is a part of you that would rather feel the pleasure of the love that you give and receive and how important these people are in your life. The little ones, nieces and nephews, grandchildren, the people that are important to you that you love. So now your inner mind is listening and getting ready to make some changes. If you should happen to think about a cigarette, what would it feel like right now that your inner mind brings you that feeling of pleasure and connection, of love and sincerity? That feeling gets bigger and stronger as you realize the thought of a cigarette floats away, melts away, is washed away from your body like cool, clear water. And you realize, I don't want a cigarette. I want to be here for the ones I love. I want to be healthy for the ones I love. I want to be a good influence on the ones I love. And now feel that place where you feel that pleasure of that love and the caring and the depth of what is important to you getting bigger and stronger, bigger and stronger. As the thought of a cigarette melts away, floats away, it is washed out of your system. Now I want you to go imagine that you are in a place where you used to smoke cigarettes. Perhaps it's in your car, or it's at your desk, or it's a certain place in your house. But just let yourself imagine that you're going to go there right now. And let yourself feel it and experience it. And you know this is a place where you usually go to smoke. But now let your inner mind take over. Let that subconscious mind take over. As you get closer to that place where you used to smoke cigarettes, you begin to notice that feeling washing through your body, releasing those old thoughts and feelings about cigarettes. It just flows out of your mind. It's washed away through your body. And you begin feeling the place where you have that love and devotion for the people that are important to you. You know that you want to be healthy and you want to take deep breaths of fresh air. Just feeling so good. And every time you take a breath of deep, fresh air, you realize, I don't need to smoke and I don't want to smoke. And the thing that's more important to you is getting bigger and stronger right now. Bigger and stronger. It is the feeling of pleasure where you love your family, the people who are important to you, where you feel such massive love for them that cigarettes are farther and farther out of your life. In fact, you realize that you haven't even thought about them in such a long time. So tomorrow, perhaps, you'll be going about your day and suddenly realize, I haven't thought about cigarettes. I didn't even remember. Maybe you forgot to remember. And maybe you realize that your subconscious mind is doing what it is very good at. So take yourself to 1 month in the future right now. Just float and go all the way to 1 month in the future. And at this point in your life, you quit smoking a month ago. It was really easy, and you remember that you just felt this massive amount of pleasure and devotion to the people you loved whenever your mind thought about a cigarette, and the cigarettes just left your body, your mind, and your thoughts. And a month in the future, notice how your body has changed. You're healthier, you're breathing good, you're feeling so much more energy. You love the feeling when you wake up in the morning and you realize you just want to take deep breaths of fresh, clean air. Oh, it feels so good. And you realize that for an entire month, you have not thought about cigarettes. Let this go deeper into your subconscious mind. And then also notice that at this moment in your future, you've been eating healthy foods and you haven't been as hungry as you used to be. You eat a small amount and you feel full pretty quickly. You love to drink clear, clean water and feel that nice, cool water going down into your body, cleansing and clearing out all the old stuff that used to be there, washing away the fat cells. And you notice that you've lost some weight and you're feeling better. And you know that this is what you love, that this is who you are, and that this is what means everything to you: a healthy body, clear-headed, and feeling good, breathing fresh, clean air. Now, from that moment, 1 month in the future, bring that all the way back into this moment right now. Bring back with it the new beliefs that are below your conscious awareness, the beliefs that are being formed in your subconscious about being a non-smoker. It's easy for you, and you knew it would be easy. Bring that back with you all the way to right here, right now. And if there ever was a moment where you noticed anyone else smoking, the first thing you feel is freedom. That's not you, and you don't have to do that. You feel this amazing sense of freedom and love for the people who are important to you, and devotion to be a really good person, to keep them healthy and be a really good example of what it's like to be happy and healthy and love your life. So you let your inner mind continue to build the strength and the beliefs that will keep you healthy, eating healthy foods, getting your exercise, and feeling this massive freedom from cigarettes. It's easy for you. You knew it would be easy, and now it is, and so it is. Now I want you to take a deep, slow breath right now and just feel that oxygen in your lungs. Now feel the gratitude that you have for what you are doing for your body and your mind, and how you are becoming a person that you feel proud of. So anytime you look in the mirror and you see your face, you see something new and see something powerful and something that is really important. You linger for a moment looking in your own eyes in that mirror, and you know that you've got this. And this will continue to get better and stronger every day with every breath you take. Good. Now send a wave of gratitude from the top of your head all the way down through your body, a wave of gratitude that touches every cell in your body, grateful for who you are, for what you're doing and what you're creating. Now, as I count from 1 to 5, bring all that energy back into your body and back into your mind. And when I get to 5, you'll be very clear-headed and very wide awake. 1, bring the energy up into your legs and arms. Feel the tingle coming back into your body, the tingle in your fingers, and feel that tingle moving all the way up your spine into your head. 2, feel the energy increasing in your body. Just feel that awakened feeling that's beginning to light up everything in your body. And 3, you will feel balanced and at peace and excited. And 4, your eyes will feel cool and refreshed. And 5, wide awake, clear-headed, and refreshed. Open your eyes, take a nice deep breath, and let that energy really flow. Oh, good deal. Hey, you're still there.
Yeah.
All right.
How do you feel?
Good.
So what were you doing at that moment in the future, at 30 days in the future?
30 days in the future?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what were you doing?
I wasn't smoking.
Right.
Well, I do want to say this too. Normally you would be in a place where it's very quiet.
Quiet. Yeah. But still,
That way it could
said,
take a little better.
Any sounds you hear relax you deeper. And that truly happens. And I think that probably happened for you as well. It's weird, like those outside sounds. Like sometimes I've had helicopters flying over my office because I was near a freeway, and it's so loud. And afterwards, I asked my client, I said, I'm sorry about the helicopters, man. He said, what helicopters? I didn't hear a thing. And so those sounds kind of float away for the client.
How do you feel? You feel like you need a cigarette?
No.
No? All right. Well,
Well,
we want to thank you for joining us.
Yeah, I could also send her a link as a gift for the Stop Smoking program so she could continue to use it. So we could do that, okay?
Okay.
Just as a gift for you.
All right. I'll have China send you her information. Thank you, Sunshine. Have a good night.
Bye.
So that was a very short version of a session that we do for smoking. There is a lot more to it, but sometimes all it takes is just planting those seeds that her subconscious mind is going to continue to strengthen this belief in what's important to her. What I was wanting to do was switch her desire for cigarettes to the desire for who she loves and the Southern comfort. Yeah. What she loves and what's important. Ew. Is that Southern Comfort in there? Looks like the wrong color. No.
Yes, it is. Southern Comfort.
No apple
Southern
juice
Comfort and cola champagne. The best mix you'll ever drink.
Wow.
You're muted, Colin.
That last part I was just mimicking having no mic. Yeah, there's nothing in here, but I did off camera beforehand take a shot of Kirkland tequila. So this is pure, but I did have some tequila.
Wow.
Now, before we move on, I just want to go back just a little bit because Talon, you, my friend, were getting quite
all right. Like, what do you want from me, eh? Nothing explicit or nothing I could sell to you, because I don't want to do that. You should drink it, man. I agree.
Well, we did the TikTok thing for him.
I should do that. That's not gonna happen.
I don't drink it neat, sir, because I would like to stay sober-ish for the show. You know, I still got some type of show to put on, so we mix around here. But
he's susceptible to do something he wouldn't normally do. Because alcohol inhibitions for me.
We drink meat off camera.
A little bit better. If you think you can break my willpower and get me to do something ridiculous, I'm all for you trying. But this guy.
Now, Wendi.
Oh, both of you at the same time.
Victim?
Oh, there we go.
Both of you.
I think both of you.
Same time. Hey, Mickey the Rat, you want to go
Jason and Colin together.
Well, now,
It's gonna be a
however you want.
5-minute jam, hypnosis jam session. Okay, 5 minutes. We're gonna jam it in.
Oh, shit.
But
Okay.
I didn't sign up for this.
That's right. Neither did I.
I signed you up
Jason
for
and
it.
Colin, get comfortable.
I'm Harry Potter.
Get
and you're
comfortable.
Bye, guys. Have fun. I'll be in the
If I'm
back.
Harry, you're Ronald.
Shut your mouth and
Mr.
close your eyes. Put your hands on your lap. Take a deep breath. You two are about to have a wonderful experience together with me. Take another deep breath in and let it all the way out. And as you relax, let your mind float and sink down to that place where you're very curious about what might be possible. And notice that there are so many ways that you'd like to experience your life, and just breathe and relax and listen to my voice. Any sounds around you are simply going to relax you deeper. And with every word that I say, you're going to notice that there's a warm, soft feeling like a wave of just wonderful ecstasy floating through your body, but not the drug ecstasy, just actual ecstasy. Let it float through your body all the way down into your feet. And let your mind be clear. Any stray thoughts you have, just let them go and let them kind of float away and keep coming back to my voice as you relax down. Allow your subconscious mind now to hear my voice and to hear these words and to allow and accept these things to happen because you want them to happen and you would like to experience something different. So as I count downward, allow your body to relax. Take a breath. And every time you exhale, you feel that breath relaxing you deeper. 5, just let go. There's nothing you need to do. 4, there's nobody wanting anything from you. Nowhere you have to be. 3, deeper, softer, relaxing into the place where you are ready and receptive. And 2, letting your inner mind hear and focus on my voice while your body relaxes. And 1, receptive and open and ready. Now, there are some things that as friends that the two of you like to share. And maybe you'll notice that there are some things that make your relationship in your life a little more fun. So when Tolan decides to do his TikTok and he rubs his head while he's doing it, it's going to have an interesting effect on Jason. When he notices that head rubbing, he feels a very serious state of mind that almost transfixes him, having him tune into that, wanting to see and experience every detail of Tolan rubbing his head with that oil, wondering what it would be like to be able to rub that smooth head and feeling that everyone seems to like. And as Tolan does his TikTok and makes sure that he has lots of head rubbing in there, Jason gets more and more excited about watching it over and over. Now, I don't know what kind of feeling you're going to have, Jason. Perhaps it's a feeling of being just more studly and confident and powerful. Or maybe it's going to bring you a little bit closer in your relationship as men that like to have fun and experience different things. Only your inner mind knows what it's going to create. So as you do your TikTok, Tolan, you will notice that you get into it in such a way that you want more and more of that experience. You just want to feel what it's like to be able to be that part and play in that video. You're going to be so happy and fun and animated like you've never been before. And you know that Jason will be watching. And you'll know that when he watches later, he's going to have these shivers down his spine of pleasure and these tingles in his hands and feet and even the top of his head to the tips of his toes that'll have this tingly, fun pleasure. And I know that Jason will be looking forward to it. And Tolan, you will be creating an experience that is just irresistible in that video. In fact, right now, you might notice that you can't wait to go make that video. You don't know why, but you just have this intense desire to go and do that. In fact, if you were to try not to make the video, your subconscious mind would override that and make your desire even bigger and greater that you want to make this video. Now, I don't know how much pleasure you're going to get when you make this video. Perhaps for some people, it gives them waves of pleasure, or it takes them to a new state of ecstasy like they've never experienced before. But only you will know and discover how it's going to feel. And thinking of Jason watching you as you rub the oil on your head, Jason is eager and salivating to see that happen and watch it over and over for reasons that none of us know. All right, now bring yourself back here, back to my voice and back to this room. And when I count to 5, you're going to be wide awake and energized and happier than you felt in forever. Just happier and more titillated and more excited about what you're going to be experiencing. 1, bring the energy into your legs and arms. Feel it move up through your body. And 2, feel that energy going all the way up through your spine to the top of your head. 3, your body balanced and at peace. Take a deep breath. Let that energy increase. And 4, your eyes will feel cool and refreshed as if they've been bathed in clear spring water. And 5, wide awake, clear-headed and refreshed. Now take a nice deep breath in. There we are. We did it.
For some reason, I am very happy and very interested in seeing Silence TikTok.
I bet you are.
I bet you are.
It'll be fun if you can record yourself while you're watching it. That would be really fun.
That was great.
So I have to say, so in the past, when I was in college, there was a hypnotist that came through, and I was one of the people that he had selected from the crowd to be hypnotized. And when I went through it at that time, one, I was in a place where, not that I was trying to be entertaining or like make people laugh. I just knew that if I wanted to, I could kind of be there. And I knew that if I was resistant to what was going on, it wasn't going to be as much fun. It's not going to be as much entertaining for everybody there. Whereas if you relax, you allow yourself to just listen to the power of suggestion, you kind of get yourself doing things you wouldn't normally do. And I remember having a lot of fun, not being able to say no, but being inclined to say yes, because I allowed myself to kind of turn off the conscious part and leave it to the subconscious, which was then being spoken to. And right there, that whole process of like going through, and once we came back, I noticed that in a rather quick manner, I was experiencing a sleep paralysis of sorts, to where, like, because you told me to get rid of everything, my body was like, all right, so I guess we'll just shut off, kind of a thing. And then once we started back, it was like, all right, well, let's wake the body back up and everything like that.
How do you shut off a hypnosis trick? Because I'm going to be honest right now, I want to stop smiling.
You know, the more you try to stop smiling, the bigger it gets. The bigger your smile gets. It was your smile I was talking about. Yeah, even if you were to try really hard, your smile just keeps getting bigger. Isn't it strange?
It does.
You can't
Yes, it
stop
is.
It. It's very interesting. Like, anybody who thinks hypnotism is not real, I think is trying too hard to make it not real. It's definitely
and it was a great description you gave us of what it felt like. And then also, like in a longer session, I'll say that your arms are so heavy, they're too heavy to lift, and you can try to lift them, but they just won't move. So this helps a person know and be convinced that they are in hypnosis. And then I'll usually lift their arm and go, your arm is loose and limp, and it just drops back down to the chair. So yeah, what you're experiencing with sleep paralysis type of a feeling, that's very typical, because I know if someone does even a light trance to me, I can't move my body. I love the feeling so much that I can't move it, which is amusing to Jason, and his smile is getting even bigger. He just can't help himself.
It kind of made me wonder if
I don't think I've smiled this long ever. It hurts.
It makes me wonder if that's why people like ASMR videos and stuff like that, because I was never really sure why people enjoy that. But I think once you find the right kind of voice, or if somebody's able to use the right kind of voice, the right type of words and intonations to get you relaxed, I can understand why there's an appeal there, because I've certainly seen videos and been like, I don't know why you want to listen to this person just kind of like talking. That's kind of weird to me, but some people, that relaxes them for whatever reason. And I kind of understand it looking at hypnotism in this way. Because when I was hypnotized beforehand, I wasn't even aware of sleep paralysis or anything like that, or like power of suggestion that much. I just knew that something was happening and I wasn't out of control, but I wasn't in control. And this here kind of reminded me of all that and how it felt and different things like that. It was a lot of fun. And apparently great for Jason over there. He's going to have sore cheeks.
They're sore already.
Yeah. The more you try to stop it, the bigger that smile gets. Isn't that interesting?
Can you just rub it off?
Huh?
When you have something on your head, just rub it off. Circular motion.
You guys want 3 wishes?
Baby, rub that head. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I used to do some stage shows as well. And in the stage shows, you've got to be more like a commanding kind of a hypnotist and say, on the count of 3, this and that. And you're lifting people's arms. You're doing this so that you're making it so they can't have resistance. They don't even have time to think about being resistant. So we keep things clicking and going. So yeah, I've done a lot of fraternity shows and stuff like that, which is really fun because you can do just about anything and they're not just going along with it, but they will accept it and allow it to happen because, their filters are so different than certain people who are skeptical.
I feel like that's what really is going on.
Don't be skeptical. It hurts. That's why I had to cut the camera off. It's looking weird now.
It's not that weird. It's all right.
It's weird. It hurts all through here. Everything over here.
Be back on the screen, you crazy bastard.
No.
Just keep your hands off your bald head. Keep your hands off your head. Yeah.
Yeah. And then if you do more sessions, if you come to see a hypnotherapist once a day for a few days, you get much deeper states of trance too. And you have even more profound effects.
It gets worse every time he rubs his goddamn head.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look, I'm just if we get the views up, I'll touch my head the whole show just in the background.
No, don't rub it no more.
You got to quit rubbing it for my sake too. Come on. It's working. Let's just say that. All right.
Yeah.
Good
Seriously,
to know.
what is up with that? Why does that do it? Woo. Thought I'd outgrown all that.
Not when it's strong, Force is strong.
The force is strong.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But it is fun. I mean, the sex issue, when I was 1995, I was very new at this and I was really broken. All we had was AOL for internet and stuff. And I got a lot of emails on AOL. Yeah, there you go. For men asking me how they could hypnotize women to get this or that out of them and sexual things. And it was so many. Because there were only 2 hypnosis websites on the internet. And I was one of them. So I got all these men that asked me that. And so instead of just brushing them off, I decided to write really long email responses. So it became chapters of my book, Hypnotize Your Lover. And so I would just go into detail, do my research, and give them long answers. I got an email once that said, I want to learn to hypnotize women for sex. Money is no object. And I was going to hit the delete button, but I didn't. So I couldn't tell who it was because his email address didn't reveal anything and he didn't put his name in it. And we had some emails back and forth for a couple of weeks. Still didn't know who he was. And he said, I would like to have therapy sessions with you, but I live in the Middle East. So he flew me to Europe and we met in a beautiful hotel for 5 days. He had the penthouse suite and I had my own room and everything. And I told the people at the front desk.
How dare they not protect Wendy's life?
Yeah. People at the front desk, I said, I'm pretty sure this guy is who he says he is, but could you just check up on me and make sure I don't disappear? But we did 5 days of therapy. And it was all about his confidence and his ability to feel loved. It wasn't that he wanted to hypnotize women for sex. He wanted the feeling that he wasn't getting from sex, which is to feel loved and to feel lovable. And that's what we worked on in a lot of his childhood stuff. And when he said money is no object, that was accurate because he's one of the wealthiest men in a very rich oil country, part of the royal family. Oh, man. That was
wealthiest
no
women
hint. No,
It's his
him.
business. So go say name.
Yeah, so I didn't delete that email because I'm like, I got an open mind. Well, my dad was a minister growing up. We all went to church every day, just so much church. And then he decided to become a sex therapist. So he went to San Francisco to the Institute for Human Sexuality. And then he would counsel people to tell them why their religion wasn't supposed to deny them pleasure. That, like, it's okay to have blowjobs. It's okay to do this and that, whatever. But that was his big deal. So I was pretty comfortable.
Lives, I bet he was changing lives.
Yeah, yes, he was.
And relationships for that level, you know.
Yeah, and allowing people to not have guilt over all these sexual things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's important. There's a lot of people that I think end up seeing themselves going into cheating because they're not open enough with each other sexually about what they want, that they want, or being open to the fact that they don't know or that they're learning or whatever it is. There's kind of like this unspoken expectancy that whoever it is that you're being intimate with, having sex with, knows what's up. And that's absurd because each person is an individual. Like what they want is going to be an individual experience. There's general things you can go from, but how you do that, it's going to be a person-to-person experience. And I think it's weird that we still to this day act like we're just supposed to know. And if we don't know, we have the right to be disappointed when we didn't say anything, you know?
Yeah, and we've come a long way, of course. My dad was brought up as a Mennonite, and anything pleasurable is sinful. And when you believe that God is watching you all the time, as I believed when I was a kid, yeah, boy, you got to really watch what you do. And you wouldn't, you just wouldn't even touch yourself because anything pleasurable is sinful and God's watching. So he had to undo a lot of this for people and back it up with stuff from the Bible that shows that, yes, you are to have pleasure and have all these sexual experiences and stuff. It was quite a fascinating upbringing.
I can imagine. So, if I can ask, when did that switch change for you? Because if he was heavily in the church and it was church, because when you have somebody who is actively in the church is not just Sundays and Wednesdays. It's pretty much 7 days a week.
Every day. Yeah, it is. Well, Bible study was in my house on Monday nights. On Tuesday night, it was a women's Bible study meeting. I went to youth group every week, and every day. It was 7 days a week. It was church. So it changed, I think I was like 18 or 19 when he was going to the sex school in San Francisco, and he was staying with my brother in Marin County, and I was always also there. And so I would sometimes meet my dad for dinner after he's coming home from class. And he talks pretty loud, and he's in the restaurant and he's talking about, today in class, they put a vagina on the projector. So it was really big. And we were looking at this 12-foot vagina, and everybody in the restaurant is listening.
That's
Thanks,
great.
Dad.
Is that your dad? No, I don't. No, I'm leaving, actually. I don't know who that man is. That's an embarrassing moment right there. My
favorite part of the religion and sex deal. I went to San Francisco to audition for a part in a play. There was a replacement for one person who was leaving the play. It was a musical. And it was a cute, raunchy musical about sex. It was called Let My People Come. And it was so I go home after the audition, and I came into my brother's house. My dad was there, and I said, I'm so excited. I got the part in the play. And it's like 6 nights a week, and I get paid a bunch of money, and I'm so excited. My dad says, what's the name of the play? And I said, Let My People Come. And he says, a nice biblical play. That's good.
It's biblical, all right.
Let My People Go. Dad, that's the one you're thinking.
Oh my, that's hilarious.
So did he go see it?
No, he did not. Fortunately, but other members of my family, my brother and his wife and a couple others in my family came to see it. My solo song, the play was all over the country. It was at all these big cities everywhere, and it was it was packed house like every night. My part that I sang my solo was standing on a pedestal in a totally white dress, a long white dress, standing perfectly still, singing a song that is about a man coming in my mouth. But it's sung as if I'm like this very holy virginal thing. and I don't move a muscle. I just sing
a piece of it.
I've never heard of this play before, but this
okay.
is.
Put your feet up on the sofa. Come on, baby, close your eyes. Feel my fingers walking over the part of you that feels so nice. You're here in my hands, growing bigger. See, I can remember these words from what is that? 45 years ago. Anyway, so it goes on and gets a little more graphic.
You remember that?
Like riding a bike.
Yeah, it was very fun. We had
mail and Jesus.
Huh?
Well,
there you go.
Well,
but it was very fun because all the guys in the play were very, very gay, and it was so fun because we shared the dressing room together. We didn't have separate dressing rooms. We just all matched it up together, and it was just really super fun. It was quite an experience, and they paid me money. And then the producer of the play, national producer, he came to our play, and he was looking for people for the Philadelphia play. And he asked me if I would come up to his hotel room and discuss with him having the part in that play. And I did not. Wow. He was going to give me a special audition.
Sounds like everybody
special audition. Was that a casting couch audition?
That's what it would be. Yeah. I did not go up there. Whew. Harvey Weinstein. Oh, maybe it was.
Harvey Weinstein.
I don't think.
You definitely had everybody coming to that show, and that's impressive. That's a lot of people that you mentioned. And then, like, to be able to, like, did you go beyond that though? Like, did you only stay in kind of parody? Well, not necessarily parody, but like comical sexual films, or did you stay in like the stage realm and do other plays, or was that kind of a one-off for you?
Yeah, I had done like theater in college and stuff, but that was the only professional play I had auditioned for, and I wish I had continued. It was really fun, and I probably could have done more.
Like a script like that, like everybody has to always be relaxed. Who's gonna take it so serious that they're gonna ruin a song about having your mouth cummed in? Like, you gotta really. Really be a person, a douchebag or something to like ruin a show that's got stuff like that. Because
after they said you got the part, and there were 100 other women that auditioned. I was blown away. I couldn't believe it. So they're all gone now. And then the director says, "Oh, by the way, the last scene in the play, everybody takes their clothes off, and it's only for 2 or 3 minutes. But there's with this one bit where everybody's naked." I'm like, how about that? Okay. And then, well, it's all right. There's like 12 people on stage at the same time. Not terrible. I was okay. But then after the first 2 or 3 shows, he says, "Oh, by the way, the part you replaced is the dancer. And she does this dance with this black guy that's in the cast. And it's like they mirror each other. And it's a really beautiful part. Would you like to learn the dance?" And I said, "Sure, that sounds good," because I had not seen the play before this. But then he says, "By the way,
you're naked.
You are both naked. You are both naked, completely naked in this dance."
No big deal.
That must have been an experience.
I was like, "Oh boy," it was beautiful though. It's really cool because the lighting was really low and lots of colored lights and stuff. And every night. And the two of us were like, we were mirroring each other in the dance and with a black and white thing. It was just so cool. But I was like, fuck. Oh, no, to be 19 again.
So it sounds like you've had a very fun story to share. But it sounds like you've had a very fun life for a woman that once had to get a pair of bolt cutters and cut the chain off of her propane tank in the back. Yeah. Doing stuff that I wasn't proud of. And then
I guess I just got really determined. But I was doing fun stuff before that. But then I got so depressed and I was so low. And the learning hypnosis, going to hypnotherapy school, and for months just brought me out of it and enlightened me, gave me the spiritual growth and becoming something that I could share with others. And I'm watching other people have these huge life experiences. Yeah. And now if I go get on stage, like I never would have imagined that this would happen, but I go get on stage and I share my stories and I help people get inspired. And oh my God, I am so grateful to be able to inspire them. I didn't know that that was what my life would be doing. You know, it's something I'm just extremely grateful for, that I get to do that.
And I bet your clients are more grateful for all the from the people that stop smoking, to stop overeating, to learn how to give head. all the way down to Tylen rubbing his head and making me laugh. I don't know where he went, because
he said he'll be right back. Now. That's great.
Yeah, it's been something. And like that story about Martha, you know, all these people that doctors have given up on, like this lady that was having migraines every Thursday, and for years they couldn't do anything to get them to stop, and she was immune to the medication. And I just had her go back in her hypnosis to the time it first happened, and all of a sudden she quit breathing and she was just like choking and she really wasn't breathing. So I said, when I count to 3 and touch your shoulder, you're going to breathe and stay right there in that experience. And I went 1, 2, 3 and touched her shoulder, and she went, and I said, okay, just stay right there. What's happening? What are you experiencing? She said, my husband is trying to kill me. He has his hands around my neck and he's trying to kill me and I cannot breathe. That started her migraines. And I said, what day of the week is it while he's doing this to you? And she said, oh, it's Thursday. So her mind had the trigger of every Thursday of the fear for years, and the doctors couldn't do anything about it. And after that session, her migraines were gone. And she had migraines that just flattened her out and lasted, you know, for a couple of days. But yeah, the stuff that people do as hypnotherapists, it's just amazing. Whew.
So maybe we could get down to why China be suffering from those migraines that she gets, like the one that was debilitating her last night.
I do, but my husband doesn't choke me on Thursdays.
Unless you're playing
that's a horrible story, but definitely no.
Her wife just hugs her on Wednesdays.
Sundays. She's not home Wednesdays.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I have a program for headaches. If you want to use it, I'll give it to you as a gift as well. If you want to try that, get rid of your migraines.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah. Works very well.
Now, where can we find all of these classes?
Well, at Wendi.com, and it's Wendi with an I, WENDI.com. And there's a bunch of free stuff there. So go there. There's a thing called Deep Trance Training that has sessions to get you into trance and to get you to choose what you want to change. So you decide what it is that you want to give yourself as suggestions during that time as I guide you through it. There's a bunch of other free things there. Just, go get it and learn about hypnosis, and you might get a really big change in your life. You just never know. It might happen for you. Oh, there it is. All that. And things are in a course format, so you can download them from any device or stream them from any device and just have access to them forever. So easier than when we had to open zip files and don't know where the files go and where the hell are my MP3s. Yep.
The website is amazing. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, at one point before the economy crashed in 2008, I had 18 full-time staff and a big office and a lot of expenses. We were rocking it. But then when 2008 came, the economy people quit buying, and I had so many balls in the air and so many really big expenses. It was very unfortunate, but it's what it was for everybody. But yeah, there was a time when it was quite something, and it was pretty fun.
Sounds very fun.
Yeah.
You got a question, China?
No,
You sure?
I'm positive.
Okay. Well, I'm going to remember to send you the headache program to get rid of your migraines.
Yes.
And then we were going to give the smoking program to our guest.
Yes.
And yes. And if the others of you, if you find something on the site that you guys want, let me know and I'll give it to you as a gift as well. There's lots of goodies in there.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm definitely going to look for a weight loss one.
And is the book
Yeah.
on the website also?
It is. Yes. It's in the package that I think is called Sexylicious, and it's a whole bunch of sex sessions.
Sexylicious.
Sexylicious. And the book is in there as well with that. So it's a bundle kind of bundle.
They want to know if you can
Bundle.
hypnotize them to get all over Wolf.
To get over him?
Yeah, I guess they're really tranced by him. Oh, speaking
Ooh,
of.
good. Yeah.
Speaking of the devil,
Did you get
Like
some
I
oil?
told
What you
I got
got
some
there?
Prada lotion.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, here we go.
Jason, come back on.
Oh, baby. Oh, look at him smiling.
Look at
It's
Jason.
happening. It's on. He's going to break his face smiling like that. Oh, man. I think
boy.
Tolan is probably going to have that same effect. It's like he's liking it a little bit too much.
Oh, yeah. Rub that head, boy. Well, Wendy, we do want to thank you for coming on again. It was a pleasure having you on. What can we look forward to in the future from you? Or do you have any more projects coming?
Yeah, I'm working on a longevity program. So it'll have hypnosis that helps do the programming in your cells to help you live longer. Like there's a lot of research about how you lengthen your telomeres. And I don't know if you guys know about a lot of the longevity things, but ways that we can program our cells in our body to live longer and healthier. So working on that. I had an hour and a half talk with Dave Asprey, who is the big bulletproof guy, and talking about longevity. And that's his big subject is longevity and such. So, yeah, so I might be on his show, which would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Absolutely.
That'd be really cool.
Huge. Yeah.
The audience wants to know what happened to China being hypnotized. We want to hear a quack like a duck. I mean, weight loss. I mean,
bark like a chicken.
Oh. Yeah.
Bark like a chicken. That sounds great.
Hey,
well,
man.
what we could do is if she wants to use some of the sessions in the Zen of Thin, which is the weight loss program, and then she could talk about what happens with that, with the changes in her appetite, or if she's all of a sudden exercising every day and things like that. So we could do that.
Definitely.
Perfect. And we want to thank you guys on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube for joining in tonight. Guys, you want to have any final comments to Wendy or the Junkers tonight?
I have a couple comments, if I may. Firstly, thank you, Wendy, for coming in. Thank you for being a lover of bald-headed men. That was great for my growing ego and everything. I'm glad I'm glad that was wonderful for the audience out there. Thank you for the love. I've never had love like that from random people before, so thank you for that. Also, hashtag Dogecoin, buy Dogecoin, hold it, and we'll get rich one day. And then also, I've never seen my head this shiny before. Like, I feel like it's kind of so crazy. I might have to do this every show. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Should I be just shiny bald? Let us know. What do you guys think?
I like the hat. I mean,
you like the hat?
But my opinion really doesn't matter.
China has spoken. She
Just
likes the hat.
Interject for a second. If you want to catch,
gotta go with the hats.
If you're trying to catch Wolf's shiny head, you can catch it weekly on Friday nights at 9:30 on Talking Junk. And you can also catch it in the break room on Saturdays at 8:30.
Eastern Standard
The people with their
Time.
watch.
Eastern Standard Time. And be sure to tune in and see his bald head wherever the Talking Junk.
I always loved curly growing up, so it's kind of funny that I got a nice bald head like he did.
Yeah, when we met, you had hair.
Yeah, I had a lot of hair. I used to have, if you believe it or not, I used to have 18
Matter of
inches.
fact, I didn't have any hair when we met, and you had hair, and now
I did.
I have a shit ton of hair, and you have
We
no.
switched. We clearly switched
Wow.
here. The only reason why I don't have a beard is because I'm trying to shave it and get a lot bigger and fuller, so that way I can get a nice. Not that it wasn't good before, but I want it just to be better. So one day, this face, if you like the baby face, let me know because it's gonna go away.
I have to say, I went back on your social media, which we won't put up here. And I seen you with hair, and I was
Maybe
like,
we
who
will
the heck
next
is
week.
that? I was like, is that his brother?
No.
What?
I apparently
Again?
don't know my husband with hair.
Right?
Apparently, you're my husband.
Yeah, I
Again?
don't know where that came from,
We-
but
We
I've
want to
actually
thank
never
Miss
met
Wendy
China
for coming
formally.
on.
I've never met, except for Jason here. So I've only met Jason.
Well, thank
Well,
you.
This was
Thank
the
you,
most
Wendy, for
fun.
coming on.
This is very fun. Yes, this is the most fun podcast I have done so far, and I've been doing a lot of them. So
That is
thank you
very
all
flattering.
for just.
We hope to have you
man.
back on.
Yes, do
Let
that.
me do my sessions, and then we'll bring her back on, and we could talk about results.
Yeah,
Oh,
that sounds awesome.
Yes.
there you go.
Wendy, Sunshine says thank you. We say thank you. And we say goodbye and good night.
Buy Dogecoin.
Hmm.
And hold it.